Okay, I'm going to show you something I am working on. Still a lot of work to do here, but if we run this page, I'll go ahead and run it, and let's see, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, about 1004 or 5 seconds. You can see we rendered something like 100 and I think it's like 113 charts using Google Charts. Off of some time series data that's part of Statzilla, which is tracking all the Oracle metrics and weights and stuff. So how did we do that? We've got 2 dynamic regions here. All this is slated to change, but basically we set up a cursor with our name and our data, and this is the way it needs to be formatted for Google for this particular time of day data type. We loop through and we call, we start with start series, add column, go through the loop, add chart every time the chart name changes, add data, end the series, and then we've got some boilerplate code in which we need to chunk that back in smaller bytes because this stuff can't handle CLOBs, and we print this out. And basically what you get is all the Google JavaScript to create the charts. And then we have another section where we want to render the divs where those charts are going to land, and we call GC get divs. And that returns the divs for our charts. And if we look at some of this using inspect, and we do this, we can see here is the data that's returned for the script. We don't need to include loader.js. It does that because we need to make sure that happens before this, and so it returns that. Returns the script tags. Here's all the callbacks. Here's all the functions. Unfortunately, this only stops at 4. I don't know why that does that, but obviously they're all there because they're all getting rendered. And then here's all our divs. And you can see you could change, we could add a lot of functionality to include divs by certain tags, things like that. So we could create different regions on the page with different divs, and it'll just lay out the charts where we want to. And things like that. So the idea here is, how do I render a lot of charts very quickly and using minimal code? Like the chart should be generated dynamically, and this is I don't want to create a lot of fancy code for this. And this can be simplified. We could use a dynamic cursor and figure out a lot of this without even having to do this. So we could basically just assign a query, and it will do the rest. And then all we need is our boilerplate to return that. So that's what I'm going to be playing around with this week. I'm going to be checking this code in. So it will be there. The example here is a little different than what you're going to see here. Let's see. We'll pull up. This is the example. So that's in the test file. So start series GC test, add our 2 columns. It shows you a little more what the data needs to look like. Add a chart, end the series, and then we're going to do get.js. This does not chunk that. This is going to just return the string to our window, our SQL developer window, and here's our get divs. And if I run that, this is what it gets, you can see. So there's that, and then there's the 2 divs. So this code, like I said, will be out there in a few minutes. Here is the basic interface, and here is the code. So anyway, take a look. Let me know if you have any ideas or suggestions, and hopefully be making some improvements to this shortly. Thanks.